Welcome back to the file number 2 of Introduction to Nuke. We'll see the project settings window. So let's quickly go to Edit and select the project settings. Now we have a window popped up in our properties bin, and you can see the project settings labeled up here. So we have 4 tabs, and the most important is the root one. But let's see the rest of the 3. So you'll never work with the Python. It's just for the loading of script and all that stuff. Next is the views, which is used to set up stereoscopic composites inside of Nuke. So once you click it, you get a left and a right view, separate views, so you can do stereoscopic compositing. I'll undo. And the next tab is LUT. So this is for conversion of color spaces. You can add a new preset, so you can create it. Now the Nuke works in linear color space, so it converts your image to linear color space when it imports your file. And you have a whole bunch of presets to do that. You have different presets, so the monitor shows sRGB, 8-bit files get sRGB and all that stuff. So the next tab is the root, which is we are more interested in. So once you the first option is name, and once you click this box folder icon, you can save your file. So let's type demo.nuke, and the .nk is the format of Nuke file. So once you save it, now you can see that I have Nuke project and demo.nk. You can also see that up here. So I have my file, and once you save it, you will get rid of this modified. That means that this file is the current version. I'm pressing Alt and S to go to full screen. In Mac, this is Option and S. You can see that up here. So that's somehow up here. It is toggle full screen, right? So the next option is comment, and this is just for giving some comments so that you can recall what's done in this script. The next option is lock all connections, and this is just to lock the connection so that you cannot modify it. Now I have dropped a constant node. Now I'll change the color a bit so we can see that a bit. And now you can see that if I fill this hole, let's zoom in a bit, I can connect or disconnect this constant. As you can see, the whole motive is that I can modify a connection between the node, right? If I check this on, you see that I'm unable to select the input of viewer 1. So I cannot modify a connection once the local connections is checked. The next option is frame range, and this refers to the global frame range in these presets of frame range. Once I change it, you can see that updated up here, 500. The next is the frames per second. Now we have a frames per second up here and up here. Now this is for the display, right? And this is for your project. So this frame range will be viewed when you play up here, but this frame range will be rendered. Now this will be your output frames per second. So keep that in mind. Changing this will not affect this at all. Okay. The next is the full size format, and this is the render output you will get. So you have a whole bunch of presets. You can also create a new preset or edit a created one. So once you click on new, now you can create a new format. You can give it a name. So let's give it a name as my format. Give it a size. So let's give it a unique size, 900 by 900. You can give it a pixel aspect ratio. Click on OK. Now you can see that I have my format in this full size format list, and I have the size. You can edit it, so you can do the changes. You can also delete it. So that's simple. Now you still get the size, but that's just once you restart Nuke, you'll get rid of it. Alright. Next thing is the scale and the proxy mode. You also have a proxy mode shortcut up here in the viewer. But once you click it, you see that proxy mode is checked. Once you click to get it back, the proxy mode is unchecked. So the proxy is very simple. Let's quickly read an image sequence. So I'll press R, go to 2D track, let's go back, and I'll read this image sequence. Now the image sequence is 720 by 486, as you can see up here, right? So I'll change that to this. Okay, and I'll close it. So once you click on the proxy button, it goes to 360 by 243, which is half of 720 by 486. Let's load up project settings once again and see the proxy mode is set to scale. Okay, the scale factor is 0.5, so we are getting a half size of the full size, 50% of the full size. So the 50% of 720 by 486 is 360 by 243, and you can change these values, and you can see that changing up here, right? The next option is the format, and once you change it to format, you get a new option, right? Now the scale factor is gone, but you have a list of formats which you want to output as a proxy. So once you click in format, or you can create a new. So if I choose square underscore 256, you see that now I'm getting a 256 and a 216 image. Now it's not 256 exact because it's trying to not change the aspect ratio. So you can see that in action, and you also see that you're getting streaking. Now this is the way Nuke works. It stretches the last pixel, so you will see the streaking. To get rid of this, you can use a black outside, but we'll see that later. Okay, so that's for the project settings. I'll see you guys in the next file.